Yo, what's good, boys? It's been a while since I posted on this YouTube channel. This is Jake's Journal. This is a YouTube channel where I basically share, my thoughts and experiences from the day and also my journey with Christ, honestly, and my journey with God. And that's something I want to put more into this YouTube channel, as well as my financial journey and how I'm getting success for myself. Those are the three main pieces that go into making this channel and go into making videos like this. It is simply just a place for me to share my thoughts, share what I'm thinking on that day, and ideally be consistent enough to post on this channel every single day. Because there's not much editing to it, it leaves so much room for me to just post every single day and share what I'm thinking and share what I'm going through, because I hope there's people out there who can consume these short little videos that I film every single day and can learn from the mistakes and learn from the wins that I'm having in my life and the experiences that I'm having in my life in the current moment. And the reason I felt like picking up the camera today, even though I haven't had any videos posted on this channel for so long, is because right now I'm in a place in my own mind and in my own soul, and the world is in a place that I'm not happy with. And I feel very ashamed to be living in this world and acting the way that I'm acting in this world. And I just had to pick up the camera and talk to somebody, talk to something. I've had a really not bad week, but I've been bad. I've been very lustful. I've consumed a lot of things that I wish I hadn't have, terrible foods that I shouldn't have eaten, just junk food, and consumed pornography, and have just been very lustful this entire week. And this week also, a lot of shit politically has happened. A lot of shit in America has happened that has got me in this just like negative mindset, negative headspace, and I really don't want to be that way. And I had to pick up the camera and just talk out my thoughts, talk about what I'm feeling, and talk about what I'm going through, to get a clear purpose and vision as to what I should be doing for the rest of the year and going into next year of 2026. And so I meant to pick up the camera, and the point I wanted to make is that you and I are both young men, and maybe you're a girl watching this, and if you are, there's still value to what I'm about to say. But you and I are young people, and at our age, we're very filled with lust. And the devil wants to pull us away from God through substances, through lust, through sloth, through pride of what we've accomplished at this young age, through the greed we carry with ourselves. All of these 7 deadly sins are constantly trying to pull us away. And they're the strongest at this age, I believe, than any other age. Between the ages of 16 and 25, I would say those 7 deadly sins are the strongest in your body. And that's simply because the devil is trying to pull you away from God, because he realizes this is a pivotal point in your life. This is a point in your life where you either become the man or woman you are destined to be, and you really wholeheartedly carry yourself towards a purpose that God has given you, or you become a drifter. And there's a really good book that depicts this whole concept, and it's called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. If you haven't read that book, I highly suggest it. And that's kind of what I'm paraphrasing from right now. But I find that especially in my young years, I'm almost 20 years old. I'll be 20 years old in a month. These past 4 years since I turned 16 have been extremely challenging. Oftentimes, I am most affected by lust over girls that I see in my classrooms. I had a girlfriend for a little bit, so the lust in that relationship was probably what caused its end, is because I was just extremely lustful. And as of recent, university started back again, and I've been interacting with girls not for the sense of love, not for the sense of connection, not for the sense of oneness that the Bible says you should, but simply out of the, the sexual urges that I hold as a young man. And it's really got me in a bad headspace this whole week, and I had to talk it out, because today was one of those days where I just was so clouded. It's nearly 3:00, and I was so clouded the entire day by lust, consuming pornography, and just doing terrible things to my soul and to my body. And the moral of the story is that you need to get closer with God. You need to hold him closer to your heart, and you need to rely on his back and rely on his power, instead of falling into your same trap of, physical urges. Because even if it's down to something else, even if it's not a lustful addiction to pornography, even if it's something like drugs or like alcohol or sloth. A lot of young people are very, very lazy, and I know that because I was once very, very lazy, and I still have, moments where I am extremely lazy, and a lot of my friends still have moments like that. A lot of these things will pull you away from God, and you need to remind yourself that God is always there. Not only is he always watching you, but he's always there for you. And that's something that I've kind of taken out of my head in a very negative way. And I've looked at it as, for the past few months, I've looked at it like it's me against the world. And as much as that is to a degree true, it's also not. It's me and God. And God is there. There's a famous picture by Leonardo da Vinci. I think it's Leonardo da Vinci. If I'm not mistaken, it is him. But if it is somebody else, I don't remember. It's a picture of Adam reaching out to God, and you can see Adam's hand is bent, whereas God's hand is reaching fully towards him. A lot of people have seen this picture. I'm sure you've seen this picture. Anyways, the significance of that picture and the reason that Adam's hand is leaning down, whereas God's hand is leaning out, is because God is always there for you. He's always reaching out to you. He's always there for you. It's just a matter of you choose to connect with God. If you choose to lean on him and trust in him and put your faith and whole heart and soul into him, and understand that what is happening to you in your life, the hardships, the gifts that he's given you, those are all for a reason. It's not just a case scenario. It's not just a coincidence that you're in this place and these bad things or good things are happening to you. That is for a reason. And it's God. That's the reason. He has a plan for you. He has a plan for each one of us. And that's something that I've been losing sight of this past month and this whole summer, is that God has a plan for me. And I can't be jealous or envious or lustful towards other people, because those are my brothers and sisters at the end of the day. And I have to appreciate the people around me and love them. And so I'm going to continue to post on this YouTube channel on a daily basis, simply for my own sanity, as well as the fact that I think it's worthy that I share lessons with you. They're not always going to be like this one, very, very, very heavily rooted in God and heavily rooted in my religion, but they're going to be lessons that I'm learning in my life on a daily basis. And I am going to try hard to post on this YouTube channel every single day. I may slip up here and there, but the goal is to post here every single day for myself initially. But if other people want to learn and take notes from my own lessons and my own mistakes that I'm making in my life, and sometimes the wins that I'm making in my life, then so be it. But I think this is important because I have lived a very eclectic life. Not as crazy as other people, but my parents have been married and divorced twice, and I've had to experience very different things in my childhood than any other normal kid with two happily married parents and normal siblings. And I've seen the inner workings of good and bad relationships, in friendships, in romantic relationships, in my own life and in my parents' lives. And I've learned all these things and not taken them to heart, and not taken them and kept them in my mind and remembered those situations. And I want to remind myself on a daily basis everything that I know and everything that I have and everything that I can be. And so I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was a good one. I will see y'all boys tomorrow. I don't know what the lesson will be. We'll figure out when the day comes, but keep God in your heart, keep God in your soul, and remind yourself of the gifts that you have in your life. And if you are falling into temptation, if you are falling into sinful behavior, remind yourself of two things. God is watching you and God is there for you. And that's it. So I'll see you boys tomorrow. Peace.